Good morning. Welcome. I've not got my block. Just bear with me 1 second. Good morning. So welcome. We're going to be going back to basics today. So we're going to be warming up the body, running through a few sun salutations and some nice strong warriors, some standing balances, and yeah, that'll be it really. Just something really nice, something really basic, something just something really hopefully relaxing and accessible for everybody on this Sunday morning. So thank you for coming along. Thank you for tuning in. If you have a block, then or a book, a textbook, anything like that, something to elevate your hips, then please feel free to bring that to the floor and sit on it. We are going to start seated. If you are wanting some music today and you don't have your own playlist, then the link for my playlist should be in the description of this video. If I've done it correctly, I can't see it from here, but yeah, so fingers crossed, it'll be in there. And you can start that playlist now. We've got 3 minutes, so that's fine. The playlist can be started if you like. So I hope everybody's feeling nice and fresh on this Sunday morning. It's been a bit windy, hasn't it, the last couple of days? It's wasn't signing up for this bank holiday weekend, being a bit windy. I was hoping I could get out later on and maybe go on a really nice sort of walk or cycle, but I might get blown around, but we'll see. So yeah, if you're just joining, then please feel free to use the playlist link that I've put in the description if it's there. Hopefully it is. And you can start playing that now. And we're going to come to seated, so just come to a nice, easy sitting position on your mat with your legs crossed. If you have a book or a cushion that you want to place underneath your sit bones, just to elevate your hips slightly higher. And then we'll begin in about 2 minutes. First coffee of the morning, so hopefully I won't fall asleep halfway through the flow. Just a couple more minutes. Excuse me. And just some little words of advice as well. If you find yourself sitting on the floor, even if you have something underneath your sit bones to elevate your hips, and your knees still don't come down to the ground, don't worry about that at all. Eventually it might come, but some people just may not have the anatomy for that to happen. So the sort of, not the anatomy, but the structure of their body, the composition might not allow them for that to happen. But if you practice it more in time, it may get easier and it may get a little bit more comfortable. All right. So just come to a nice, comfortable seated position, wherever feels okay for you today. And if it feels nice, then you can close down your eyes. And then bringing your backs of your hands to face or place the backs of your hands on your knees. And then bring your thumb and your index finger to touch. And lengthen the other 3 fingers and allow your palms to face up towards the ceiling. This will just invite some energy into your practice this morning. Closing the eyes and softening the jaw. Softening the forehead. Softening your whole face. Allowing yourself a few moments to become settled and connected on the mat. Observing all your contact points of where your knees and your legs and your bottom are connected with the mat. Allowing your spine to lengthen as your back stands tall and the crown of your head reaching up towards the ceiling. Allow your shoulders to soften. And just begin to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And just observe the breath. Observe whether it's quick or slow, shallow or deep. And just make note of how you're feeling. We're going to increase the count of the breath. And we're going to send the air into the abdomen, all the while focusing and drawing our attention in between our eyebrows, into the mind space. So as you inhale through your nose, you're sending your breath into your belly. Your belly's rising. You're focusing on the space between your eyebrows. And then as you exhale, you're drawing your navel in towards your spine. You're engaging through your pelvic floor, your root lock, your Mula Bandha. Inhale, you release pelvic floor, inhaling the breath into the belly, allowing it to rise. Keep your focus and your gaze between your eyebrow center. Keep inhaling through your belly until you can take in no more air. And then release through the belly, allowing your navel to draw back towards your spine. And then on your last little bit of exhale, engage through your pelvic floor, your root lock. Inhale, release your pelvic floor, release the lock, and allow your belly to rise and fill with air once more. Exhaling in your own time, allowing your abdomen to fall. Engaging into that pelvic floor muscle, root lock, your Mula Bandha on your exhale, releasing on your inhale. Your next inhale, I'd like you to draw the breath up through the belly and then into your chest. And then releasing through your nose, breathing out, releasing your chest and allowing your navel to draw back to spine once more, engaging in your Mula Bandha. Inhale, belly rises, chest rises, breath fills up the body. Exhale, release. Allowing the body to soften, allowing the calmness to come over your being as you breathe in and out, all the way through your body. Switching on that parasympathetic nervous system. Allowing your rest and digest to come to the forefront. Once more, inhale, belly rises, chest rises. Breath comes all the way up. Exhale through the nose, eventually navel to spine. And gently drawing your chin towards your chest and fluttering your eyes open, allowing your eyes to get used to the light in the room. Lifting your gaze and just bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath in through your nose and release through your mouth. Once more. I'm going to inhale, raise our hands high. Palms to touch, gaze might follow if it's comfortable on the neck. Exhale, release. Inhale once more, hands come above your head. As you exhale, left hand comes forward, right hand comes behind you, and you're going to twist to the right. Keeping that spine straight, gaze might come over your right shoulder. Inhale to rise. Gaze comes back to center, palms touch. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand comes behind. Gaze over your left shoulder. Straight spine. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down to the side. Planting your right hand on the floor, you're going to inhale, lift your left hand high. And as you exhale, you're going to open into the left side of your body, bringing your left hand over your head. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower your left hand, second side. Inhale, raise your right hand high. As you exhale, bring your right hand over your head and allow your gaze to come up to your forearm, opening in the right side of your body. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe give them a little bit of a pull up and then back and down. And remove any cushion or block that you're seated on, and we'll come into our tabletop position. So wrists and hands are stacked underneath the shoulders. Your fingers are spread wide on the mat. Knees are underneath your hips and your feet are planted into the ground. We'll run through some cats and cows. So when you inhale, lift your tailbone, gaze comes high, belly draws down towards the mat. Shoulder blades come together. Imagine you're pulling your mat towards you. As you exhale, round your spine into your cat. Gaze comes towards your knees. Feel that opening in the upper back. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into your cat. Really lengthening that tailbone down towards the floor as your spine reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhale all the way back to center. Planting and grounding down through your left hand. We're going to through both of your hands. We're going to inhale and lengthen out your right leg, flexing your right foot, keeping your hips square. As you exhale, round your back and bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And as you lengthen, maybe you can lengthen out your left arm as well, grounding into that right hand. Weight is in the index finger and the thumb. As you exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Place the hand down if you're struggling with your balance, that's okay. Just keep the leg active. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hand and leg back to the floor. We'll repeat on the opposite side. Inhale, lengthen your left leg. Flex your left foot and keep your hips square. Gaze is forwards. Exhale, round your back, knee to nose. Push the mat away from you. Inhale, lengthen. Flex your left foot. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. And this time, maybe you can lengthen your right arm out as well, grounding down through that left hand, making sure your shoulder is still stacked over your wrist. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Release on the exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Coming back into your tabletop, we're going to thread the needle. So I want you to inhale and lift and lengthen your right arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring it underneath, planting your right shoulder on the floor, and your gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Head comes down to the floor, hips stay lifted. Really feel that nice opening down the right side of the body. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right hand comes down, left side. Inhale, lift your left hand high. Lengthen out through that body as you exhale, bringing your left shoulder down to the floor. Gaze comes up towards the ceiling. Keeping those hips high and that tailbone lifted. Feeling that nice twist and that nice lengthening through the left side of your body. Inhale, lengthen. Lift your left arm up. Exhale, left hand comes down. All right. Just bring your knees to the outside edges of your mat and bring your big toes to touch and sink your hips down to your heels. Allow your arms to come out in front of you and bring your chest and your forehead down to the floor into your child's pose. Just know that you can come into your child's pose at any point throughout your practice should you need to. It's a really nice resting posture. If you're feeling a little bit out of breath or you just need a rest, just come there. That's perfectly fine to do. If you don't feel comfortable moving into child's pose, you can just come to rest on your knees. That's fine as well. If you want to set an intention for your class, please feel free to do so now. Some nice words of encouragement or some positive affirmations. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Release through your mouth. And on your next inhale, come back into your tabletop and we'll move into our plank. Extending the right leg, pushing down through all 5 toes. Extending your left leg, pushing down through all 5 toes. Take an inhale in your plank, making sure that your shoulders are over your wrists and your bum is high. You're not dumping your weight into your hips there. Take an inhale. As you exhale, send your tailbone high. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Gentle bend in the knees if this is your first downward facing dog of the day. For many it will be, for me it is. Head comes between your arms, ears in line with your biceps, gaze towards your feet. Lift your tailbone high, ground through your index finger and your thumb, and allow the weight to shift back into your heels as you draw them towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't touch the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale. Pedal your feet out. Lift one heel, lift the other. Allow some nice lengthening through the hamstrings. Keep breathing. And then come to a place of stillness on your mat in your down dog. Take an inhale to lift your heels. As you exhale, I want you to bend your knees and then step or walk to the front of your mat. Does not matter how long it takes you to get there. Land in your forward fold. Your feet can be hip distance apart here if that's more comfortable than bringing them together. Gentle bend in your knees as your chest comes to touch your thighs and your head hangs, lifting your tailbone. Eventually, you may be able to straighten out your legs and your chest may come all the way down, but for now, keep those legs bent. Allow your head to hang heavy. Grab opposite elbow if that's comfortable and just give yourself a gentle sway back and forwards, side to side. Then come to a place of stillness, planting your hands on the floor if you can. If not, bring them to a tent position with your fingers. We're going to inhale and lift into a Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. So your hands can be on your shins or they can be on the floor. Your back is straight, crown of your head reaches forwards. Exhale to fold into our Uttanasana, our forward fold. Inhale, straight legs, straight spine. Rise those hands all the way up into your Utthita Hasta Intadasana, hands above your head. Gaze might follow. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to move into a couple of rounds of Sun Salutation A. So come to your mountain posture, your Tadasana, at the front of your mat. So your big toes are touching with a slither of air in between your heels. You're really grounding down through your feet, engaging through your legs, engaging through your core, lengthening through the sides of your body as your shoulders come back and down and your palms face forwards. Imagine there's a piece of string and it's pulling you up straight all the way up to the ceiling. Shoulders are back and down. Gaze is soft. Allow yourself a moment here in your Tadasana. Maybe close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Once more, inhale. Release. We're going to rise. Inhale. Arms come above the head. Gaze might follow if your palms touch, if that's comfortable on your shoulders. Exhale. Hinge at your hips. Bend in your knees and come down into your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Head hangs heavy, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale as you fold and plant your hands and step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. Look for your alignment. Fingers spread wide, wrists underneath shoulders, heels towards the back of the room. As you exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest down onto the floor. Elbows in at your ribcage, gaze is beyond your mat. Keeping your elbows in at your body, take an inhale and lift your chest into your Bhujangasana, engaging through your glutes and through the tops of your feet. Try not to dump your weight into your hands. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Keep those arms tucked into the body. Exhale, lower. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck your toes, send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Don't worry if your legs don't stay straight or your heels don't come down towards the floor. You want to avoid an overextension in the spine like this, keeping a nice triangular shape. Gentle bend in the knees if you need to so your tailbone can come high. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend in those knees and walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands come above your head, straight spine, straight legs, all the way up to standing. Utthita Hasta Intadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go again, round 2. Check your alignment, big toes touch, slither there in between your heels. Relax your shoulders, hips facing forwards. We inhale to rise. We exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold, Uttanasana, gentle bend in the knees. Head heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, crown of your head reaches forwards.
Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Inhale here. Exhale as you lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest onto the floor. Shoulders are nice and relaxed away from your ears. Pushing down into the tops of your feet as you lift your chest. On the inhale, to shine your heart forwards. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push down to the tops of your feet, engage your glutes, Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes. Send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Bring your arms to the outer edges of the mat if this feels too tight on your shoulders. Bend into your knees if your hamstrings feel a little bit of tension. Your next inhale, lift your heels. As you breathe out, bend your knees and step or walk to the front of your mat, landing in that Uttanasana once more, gentle bending your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, straight spine, straighten out the legs, hands come above your head. Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. 3rd round. I'm going to turn this way just to mix it up a little bit. Big toes touch, so they're there in between your heels. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we fold. Hinge at the hips. Gentle bending your knees all the way down. Uttanasana. Breathing into your halfway lift. Exhaling, fold, planting the hands, stepping back into your high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest to the floor. Inhale, Bhujangasana, draw your shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knees bend, toes tuck, tailbone lengthens towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and walk or step to the front of your mat. Inhale to your halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, breathe out. Surrender down, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise. Straight spine, hands come above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Take a drink if you need to. Two rounds of sun salutation C. Big toes to touch, slither down between your heels, come back into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Allow yourself to be strong and engaged through your core. Strong and engaged through your legs. Shoulders are back and down. Take 2 breaths and release. Inhale, rise. Hands come above the head. Gaze might follow, palms might touch. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, gentle bending your knees so your chest can come to your thighs, head hangs heavy. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right leg, then drop your back knee and untuck your right toes. Inhale to rise into your low lunge, keeping your knee, your left knee, stacking over your left ankle. Try and avoid dumping your weight into your hips here. It'll cause problems for your lower back. Lift and lengthen. Strong right thigh, strong left thigh. If it's comfortable on the arms, raise your hands high, creating a lovely line of energy all the way through the torso. Gaze might follow, palms might touch if that's comfortable to do so, or you can bring your hands to a cactus shape here. Inhale, release. Inhale, raise your hands. Exhale, plant them down on the floor. Tuck your right toes and step your left leg back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest to the floor. Shoulders away from the ears as you ground down through your feet. Inhale to your Bhujangasana, your low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes. Send your tailbone high. Down dog. Ears in line with the biceps. Lift and lengthen that tailbone towards the ceiling. If you want to drop to your knees here, then please feel free to do so because we're going to bring the right leg through. If you're comfortable with bringing your right leg through while you're in down dog, then please feel free to stay in down dog. So we're going to inhale to lengthen our right leg. If you're in down dog, lengthen the right leg and extend, flex the right foot up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen. On your next exhale, bring your right foot forward. It doesn't matter how many times it takes to plant it in between your hands. If you're in down dog, if you're in your high lunge, drop your knee, untuck your left toe as you inhale to rise into your low lunge here. Again, checking your alignment, making sure you're not dumping into your hips. Hands can be wherever is comfortable. They can even come to heart center if that's nicer for you. Take an inhale. As we exhale, bring our hands to the floor and tuck the left toes and step to the front of your arm mat, Uttanasana, forward fold, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, straight spine, straight legs. Hands come above the head, Utthita Hasta into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Samastiti. Second side. Feet to touch, so they're in between our heels. We rise on the inhale. Hands come above our head. On the exhale, we hinge at our hips, fold over our thighs, gentle bending our knees, Uttanasana. Head is hanging heavy. Breathe into your Ardha Uttanasana, your halfway lift, straighten that spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step back with your left leg. Drop your left knee, untuck your toes. Inhale to rise. Again, checking your alignment here. Right toes pointing forwards, right knee is stacking over right ankle. Arms can come wherever feels most comfortable for you. Take an in-breath. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen your arms all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, plant your hands. Untuck your left toes. Lift your knee and step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes and bring your chest onto the floor. Elbows in at your rib cage. Engaging your glutes as you lift your chest forward. Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, bend your knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Feel free to come to your knees here if it's more comfortable and you feel better doing that when you bring, in order to bring your leg through. If not, stay with me. Inhale, rise, that left leg high. Flexing your left foot. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, lengthen and lift your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding through your back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your left foot through, plant it between your hands. Bring your right knee to the ground and tuck your toes. And inhale to rise into your low lunge on this side. Keep breathing. Lengthen through your torso. Lift out of your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. Frame your left foot. Tuck your toes. And step to the front of your mat. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Breathing in. Halfway lift. Straight legs. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Come all the way up to standing. Hands above your head. Exhale. Samastiti. All right, we'll go through that again and we'll incorporate a high lunge into this. Please feel free, if you don't want to go into a high lunge, if that's not accessible for you today, please feel free to just stay in your low lunge, wherever is comfortable for you. Same thing with the hands, the arm positions. Cactus above your head, or you can bring them to heart center. All right. Big toes to touch, coming back into your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Ground down through your feet. Lift all 10 toes and then ground them back down onto the floor. Hips are facing forward.
Thighs are engaged. Gaze is soft. Put a smile on your face if there's not one already. Allow yourself to just appreciate where you are. Inhale to rise. Hands come above your head. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Fold over your thighs. Gentle bend in your knees. Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant your hands and step back with your right foot, keeping your right leg lifted, if you like, and inhale to your high lunge. Again, lifting out of your pelvis here, not allowing yourself to dump your weight into your hips. You want to be lengthening that torso, grounding through both feet, even though the back one will be lifted. Left leg is strong. Left thigh may come parallel to the mat. Lengthening through the sides of the body. Arms can be wherever. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen and rise. Exhale to fold. Planting your hands, step back into your high plank. If chaturanga and upward facing dog is in your practice, please feel free to go there now. If not, come with me through knees, chest, chin as we take an inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, untuck your toes, and bring your chest down to the floor. Inhale into your Bhujangasana or your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Gentle bending your knees if you're struggling with your hamstrings. Inhale, right leg comes high. Drop to your knee if this is more comfortable for you. Square off your hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, right knee to right nose. Sorry, to nose. Inhale, lengthen your leg. Exhale, bring that right foot through. Drop your knee if you feel like you need to. On the inhale, rise into your high lunge or your low lunge, whichever variation you prefer. Draw your right knee in towards the midline. Long through the body. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands and step your left foot to the front of the room. Inhaling to your halfway lift. Exhaling into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathing in as we rise. Straight spine, straight legs, hands above our heads. Exhale, hands to heart center. Second side. Inhale, rise, hands come above your head. Breathe out, surrender over your thighs into your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands plant on the floor, step back with your left leg. Keep it lifted or drop the knee as you inhale to rise into your high lunge on this side. Again, checking your alignment. Really make sure you've got a really nice line of energy from your ankle to your knee and then from your heel all the way up through your body. As we keep breathing. Inhale, lengthen through the sides of your body. Exhale, bring your hands down. Send your right foot back into your high plank. Take an in-breath here. Exhale through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale through upward facing dog or Bhujangasana, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Drop the knees if you need to. If not, inhale, lift your left leg high. Or extend it back if you're on your knees. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, left foot comes between the hands. Drop your knee if you need to as you inhale to rise on this side. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands and step your right foot up to meet your left, landing in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise. Hands come above your head. Exhale, Samastitihi. Take a drink. I hope everybody's feeling suitably warm.
Now, as we move into our standing flow, so coming to Tadasana, your mountain posture, we're going to move through a modified sun salutation B, adding on some standing postures throughout. As we start in our sun salutation B with Utkatasana, which is a chair pose. So you would inhale to sink your bottom and your tailbone back. Your arms come up to your biceps come up to your ears if that's comfortable. If not, you can keep them out here. And you're lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor, shifting your weight into your heels and making sure you can see your toes over your knees. Bottom ribs are drawn in. See the nice lengthening through the back of the spine all the way up to the hands. All right, so we take an inhale to sink back. So coming to your Tadasana. Inhale, sink back into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Exhale, we fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Come through knees, chest, chin on the exhale, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. On your inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring it through and plant it between your hands. Take as many times as you need to shuffle it down. And then plant your right foot on the floor with your toes pointing towards the left corner of your mat. As you inhale to rise into your warrior one. So your hips want to be square. Shuffle your right foot out a little bit if you need more space to bring your hips round. Torso is facing forwards. Right knee is bent. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Take 2 breaths. As we inhale to lengthen, exhale, move into your Virabhadrasana 2, your warrior 2. So you may need to adjust your feet slightly here. Your left foot, the outside of your left foot comes parallel with the back of the mat. And your arch of your left foot is in line with the heel of your right. Torso is facing forwards, hips fall wherever. Nice bend in that right knee. Arms or shoulder height, gaze is over your right middle finger. This is your drishti, your focus point. Strong through this warrior. Straighten your torso. Breathe. Inhale, reach forward, flip your palm. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come all the way back to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, right arm comes onto knee. As your hand lifts up into your extended side angle, your Parsvakonasana. Gaze comes up towards your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back into your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana. Straighten out your front leg. Heel toe your back foot in slightly, setting up for your Trikonasana. Inhale, reach forwards, sending your left hip towards the back of the room. As you exhale, bring your right arm down, send your left arm high, stack your shoulders on top of one another. Gaze comes up to your left fingers, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Nice straight line of energy through the whole body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to rise back into your triangle setup. As you exhale, reverse your triangle, reverse your Trikonasana. Left hand comes down, right hand comes above. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. We're just going to pivot on our back leg and we're going to move over into a warrior 3. If you don't want to come into warrior 3, don't feel like you have to. You can just keep your knee bent and come over into a humble warrior. So we're going to inhale to raise our hands high. Exhale, bring them to our heart center. And then on the inhale, we're going to shift our weight forwards into our right leg. And on the exhale, lift your left leg, straighten out your right, ground down through your right foot. Flexing your left foot so your toes come down towards the floor. Body comes in line, so you've got one nice long straight body. Gaze comes way beyond the mat. Stay for 2 breaths. Straighten out that right leg if you can. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Ooh, it's all right if you wobble. Inhale, rise. Exhale, plant your hands on the floor. Step back into your high plank. Take an in-breath. Exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to your upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, bend your knees, tuck your toes. Send your tailbone high, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step to the front of your mat. As you inhale into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Exhale, come to standing. All right. Take a big step with your left foot to the side of the room, or to the back of the mat, should I say. And then pivot your toes so they're pigeon toeing into each other, setting up for our wide-legged forward fold. Heels are pointing outwards, toes are inwards, hands come to the hips, making sure your tailbone is lengthening down to the floor. Relax through your shoulders, take an inhale. And as you exhale, just hinge at your hips and allow your body to come forwards, keeping that crown of the head straight. Maybe just a little bend in your knees if it's tight on your hamstrings. And then try and bring your forehead all the way down to the floor, keeping a straight spine as you go. If you want to release your hands and bring them to the floor, this is fine. So just keep breathing here. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, hands come back to the hips, gentle bend in your knees as you exhale to rise all the way up to standing. Pivot on your front foot and then step back to the top of the mat. Inhale to raise your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we'll repeat that on the second side. So come to standing at the top of your mat, your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Give yourself a second to ground, to connect to the energy. Palms forward, shoulders are relaxed. We inhale to our Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, crown of your head reaches forwards. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into your high plank. Inhale here. As you exhale, lower down through knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling into your upward facing dog or cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhaling, bend your knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift your left leg high, lengthen, flex your left foot. Exhale, bring it all the way through and plant it between your hands. Drop your right foot and allow your right toes to point at a 45-degree angle as we inhale to rise into our warrior one. Okay, nice bend in the knee. Hips are coming round and facing forwards. Shuffle your right foot over if you need more space for your hips. Strong through your back leg. Right little toe should be planted onto the floor. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale into your warrior two. So allow your foot, the outside of your right foot, to come parallel with the front of your mat, back of your mat, sorry. Nice bend in your left knee. Torso is straight, gaze is down. Your left middle finger. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Inhale, reach forward, flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down. Keep that bend in the front knee. Gaze comes up to your left fingers. Inhale, back to your warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Left arm comes onto the thigh. Right arm comes high. Inhale, all the way back up. Warrior 2. Exhale, set up for your Trikonasana. Straighten out your front leg. Bring your right foot a little bit closer. Shorten your stance. Inhale, lengthen your left arm out to the front, pushing your right hip back. Exhale, bring your arm down and raise your right arm high, stacking your shoulders on top of one another. Trikonasana. Inhale, rise. Exhale, reverse your Trikonasana. Left arm comes high, right arm comes down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, pivot on your back foot. Bring your hands to your hips and just step in slightly. We'll set up for our warrior three. Again, if you don't want to come into a balance, when we shift forward, you can just come down into a humble warrior, or a modified humble warrior if that feels comfortable. So bringing your hands to heart center, take an inhale to prepare. And as we exhale, we shift forward, shift our weight into our left leg, lift that right leg high, flex the right foot so that the toes are pointing down, square off the hips. Don't worry if you wobble, straighten out your left leg. And bring your body down so it's in line with your leg. Warrior three. Strong through your left leg. Inhale. As we exhale to step back into our high lunge. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Planting the hands, step back into our high plank. Take an in breath. Exhale through knees, chest, chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees and step to the front of your mat, landing in your forward fold. Inhale, we rise into our Utkatasana chair pose. Tailbones lengthen towards the floor. Exhale, come all the way up to standing, hands come to heart center, Samastiti. All right, take your right leg, which way you're facing, still facing me, and take your right leg wide, and we're going to come into our goddess pose. So instead of pigeon toeing our feet in, this time our feet are going to be pointing towards the corners of the mat. We're going to inhale, raise our hands high into our star. As we exhale, bending the knees, bring your hands towards your chest and squat. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor and try and keep your back straight. Knees are going in the same direction as your toes. And just stay here for two. Keep breathing. For one. Inhale, rise. Hands come above into your star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, rise. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come to our hips. Pivot round and step back to the front of our mat. Inhale, raise your hands high. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Well done, guys. Take a drink. That was a little bit strong, wasn't it? For a Sunday morning. Okay. Now, I've not done this posture for a while, not with any of my classes anyway, so let's give it a whirl. It's a lovely posture, a lovely grounding posture. We're going to go into Vrikshasana, which is tree pose. Many of you might have done tree pose before, and if not, don't worry. I'll guide you through it. So we're going to ground down into our left leg. I'm going to try and mirror you here. Ground down into your left leg. So really feeling the connection between all 5 toes on the mat, all 4 corners of your left foot, engaging through your left thigh, bringing your hands to your hips. And then you're just going to rotate and pivot your right foot out towards the side. And then keeping breathing. I'm not going to direct you with the breath here, so it's up to you to keep breathing. Please just don't hold your breath at any point. Allow yourself to keep breathing. And then bring your foot, the sole of your foot, to either the side of your calf or up to your thigh. And press the sole of your foot into your thigh. Try and avoid placing the foot on the knee joint, because the knee joint is quite delicate and we need to protect that. So it's either your inner thigh or your calf. Please don't feel like you're doing less of a tree pose if your foot is on your calf. You can even keep your foot on the floor and just place your heel against your ankle, that's fine. Once you have your balance, bring your hands to heart center. And just breathe. Keep your focus on something that's maybe not moving, so not me. I probably will wobble. And then if you feel like you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, inhale and raise your hands high. And as you exhale, you can open out your branches and just feel the lengthening and the lovely grounding position in your Vrikshasana, your tree pose. Strong through your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to heart center. And then just gently release your right leg and bring your leg down. Just give yourself a shake. We'll move on to the second side. Grounding through your right foot this time. Lifting all 5 toes, planting them all the way back down. And then we bring our left foot out to the side. You can stay here if that's all right, if that feels nice. Or you can bring your left foot up to your the inside of your calf. Or you can raise it into your inner thigh. Woo! Don't worry if you wobble. And allowing your hips to be straight, allowing your shoulders to be nice and relaxed. The aim of this posture is to help the opening in the hips rather than how high you can get your foot. So remember to avoid your left knee joint, strong through your left leg. Keep breathing. Inhale, you can raise your hands if you like. Exhale, you can bring your arms out. Extend your branches. Stand strong and proud. Inhale, bring your hands back down to your heart center. And then exhale, gently release your foot onto the floor and give yourself a shake. Well done. We're going to move down onto the floor now for our final bit of sequence. So taking a drink if you need to, but bringing yourself into your Tadasana, your mountain posture. Rolling your shoulders back and down, allowing yourself to become nice and relaxed. Palms facing forwards, crown of your head reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, we rise, hands come above our head. Exhale, we hinge at the hips and fold over our thighs, coming down into our Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, I want you to bend your knees and lift your heels off the floor and come down into a tiny little ball, bringing your head as close to your knees, your forehead as close to your knees as you can. Take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale. And on the exhale, just release your heels and see if you can release your bottom down to the floor as well. As gently and as gracefully as is possible, which isn't possible for me. I'm just going to shift the angle of the camera so you can see me there on the floor. All right, so once you're on the floor here, just lengthen out your left leg and then lengthen out your right leg, and we'll come into a Dandasana, a staff pose. So you may want to shuffle the fleshy bit of your bottom from underneath your sit bones so that you can feel your sit bones grounding into the mat. Now, if this is tough and difficult on your lower spine, your lower back, just bend into your knees a little bit. Make it easier for you to stay up straight, and that's perfectly fine. If you feel comfortable sitting upright like this, then you can stay here, that's fine as well. Take 2 breaths. We're going to inhale to raise our hands high. As you exhale, you can bend in your knees if you like. We're going to hinge our hips and bring our chest forwards onto our thighs. Our forehead and our gaze is either at our feet or beyond. Don't worry if you stay here. That's fine. Exhale. Try and avoid the rounding in that upper back. I'm struggling a little bit today. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. As you exhale to fold a little deeper. Maybe your hands come to the floor, or they can reach your toes, or you just want to stay on your shins. Just feeling that nice lengthening through the back of the spine and through your legs. Inhale, slowly coming back to center. And we're going to take a twist. So bringing your right leg in to your body. Keeping your torso straight. We're going to inhale, raise our right hand behind us. Left hand comes over our right knee. And as we exhale, we're going to twist. I apologize, my back's to you. We're going to, keeping our left foot flexed, and we're going to twist to the right. Maybe our gaze comes over our right shoulder. Remembering to avoid hunching the shoulders up towards the ears here. We want to be really relaxed. Inhaling, lengthening through the body. Exhaling, maybe twisting a little deeper as you release the breath from the belly. Inhale, come all the way back. Gaze comes back towards the front. Release your right leg. Inhale, bringing your left foot in towards your bottom. Right arm comes across. Left arm comes behind. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release the breath from your belly and allow yourself to twist a little deeper. If it's comfortable for your gaze to come over your left shoulder, then please feel free to do so. Flexing in your right foot. Strong and straight through your spine. Inhale, come all the way back to center. Release your legs, give them a little bit of a shake, and we'll move down onto our backs. Bringing our heels closer in towards our bottom, bending our knees. We're going to move down through Navasana, through boat pose. So trying to keep the integrity of the spine, trying not to fold. We want a nice straight spine, shoulders back and down, heart is lifted, chest is lifted. It's comfortable. If you feel like you want to, you can lift your feet off the floor. Hands can remain behind your thighs if you like. Or you can bring your arms out, lengthen your arms out into your Navasana. Rolling your shoulders back. Take an inhale, engage through your core. As you exhale, release. And we're slowly going to come down to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5. What? Or it should be 1.5. 1. And just allow yourself to just feel the connection now on your mat. Let your body go long. If you can, allow your lower back to press and ground against the mat as well. Try and avoid the lifting and the space between the back. You want everything connected to the mat here. Shoulders, lower back, heels. Take an inhale and exhale through your mouth. Once more, inhale, exhale. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a really nice big hug. Maybe rock from side to side slightly. If you want to come into Happy Baby, feel free to do so. If you don't want to do Happy Baby today, you can just lengthen your legs back down to the ground, or you can come into Supta Baddha Konasana, or you can bring your knees to touch wherever you want to go. Happy Baby, lifting the soles of your feet up towards the floor and bringing your knees in towards your armpits and your chest. Hands are either the outside or the inside of the soles of your feet. Shoulders and lower back are grounded into the mat. And then gently release your feet and your legs all the way down to the bottom of your mat, to the top of your mat. Allow your legs to come out long and allow your feet and your ankles to just release to the sides. Bring your arms down by your sides and allow your palms to face upwards. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Allow your chin to come slightly in towards your chest to lengthen through the neck. And close your eyes. Observe your breath. Observe the rhythm of your breath. Draw your focus back to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye center, the mind space. Take an inhale through your nose. Let it go through your mouth. Shavasana. Slowly bringing your awareness back to your breath. Back to your body. And back to your mind. Allowing yourself to observe where you are. Notice the connections between your body and the mat. Allow yourself to observe the energy you've created throughout your body, the tapas, the heat you've created throughout the practice. Allowing your Shavasana to linger just a little bit longer. And gently start to make some movements in your toes and your fingers, in your wrists and your ankles. Draw your hands all the way above your head. Point your feet, flex your toes, flex your fingers. Maybe you want to tighten and tense all the muscles up in your body, and then release everything, letting go of all the tension and anything that no longer serves you this morning. Then drawing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a really nice big hug, giving your body and your mind the gratitude it deserves after this morning's practice. Gently rolling over to your right hand side.
Resting here for a moment. Allowing yourself to appreciate what your body's just allowed you to do. And then placing your left hand down and using it to guide you up to a seated position, a Sukhasana. Nice cross-legged on your mat. Gaze is still lowered, eyes can still be closed. And just draw your hands into your heart center to Anjali Mudra, prayer. Seal the practice with a nice big inhale through our nose and an exhale through the mouth. Dip your chin towards your chest and bring your thumbs to rest at your third eye center in between your eyebrows. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful bank holiday Monday. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for joining me this morning. Please again take your time getting up, allow your body to adjust to the work that it's just done, allow your mind to come back into the room. I know I said at the beginning that it was going to be a bit more gentle, but it was quite a strong flow, that wasn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are feeling ready to tackle Sunday and pray for some sunshine later on. Any questions, as usual, just give me a shout, send me a message, whatever you want to do. If there's anything that if you're following and you're doing these flows quite often with me on YouTube, please feel free to let me know if there's anything that you'd like to work towards and practice. I'm always open to suggestions, and we can switch a couple of flows up if you like. Next week will be Wednesday. What date are we on? We're still in May. I don't even know. Time and days seem to have just all gone out the window at the moment. We're still in May, so we'll still be doing some kind of like heart openers, but I might just switch the flow up for the last session in May. Will it be the last one? I don't know. I don't even know when the 31st of May is. But yeah, we'll see. And then in June, I want to go to working on a couple of arm balances. So we'll try and work towards that, and hopefully that'll be all right. We'll be doing working towards sort of side plank and also crow pose, Bakasana. So that'll be exciting. If I'm still doing it on YouTube and I'm not back in the studio by then, which I'm hoping sometime soon. But yeah, thank you once again, and yeah, have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you soon. Bye.